20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Lall Show only on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
Just about 19 hours 29 in Guyana, right across the Eastern Caribbean. Do apologize for that slight late start. But you know, technology has its way in giving us a run for time sometimes. It is time for me to hand things over to the man of the moment as we bring to you your December 14th edition of the Lall Show. Sir, namaste, the floor is yours. And people, just a point to note, immediately after this presentation, you can call us. The numbers are 226-745-324, 624-6456, or 622-2222. Namaste, sir, and over to you.
Namaste, Joshua. Namaste, guys. I said a silent prayer as I walked in my office this morning and begged our Creator to guide us through what's taking place in this land on a daily basis. Joshua, I did that, honestly. Your life becomes a masterpiece when you learn to master peace. You hear what I said here?
Yes.
Your life becomes a masterpiece when you learn to master peace. I have learned over my years on earth that peace can only come through prayers and a healthy relationship with our Creator. Do you know that, Bernard? Yeah. Namaste. If you guys know of any other way how to earn peace, my telephone is always available. Call me and let me know. You hear that, Bernard? Yeah. Yesterday, I read something a man said. Stop sitting at the table where they speak evil of others, because when you get up, you're going to be their topic. I had to smile. You know, it's so true. I never want certain people around me because I can't stand them and I don't know to talk name. All my life, what I want to say to anyone, I say it to their face or loud and in public. If you guys ever hear anybody say Lall talk their name behind closed doors or behind their backs, uncle and auntie, namaste, tell them they lie. The pages of the Kaieteur News over the last 28 years are who Lall is. Never afraid to call a spade or tell it as it is. Tonight, you need to sit back and relax I have a very, very interesting story to share with all of you. It has to do with our assets, how it is being siphoned off in the most brazen and barefaced manner in front of our eyes. And tonight's topic, Uncle, has nothing to do with our oil, our gold, our diamond, our bauxite, or our timber. I would not be mentioning a word about anything concerning those minerals and those riches we have. Tonight, I'll be sharing a beautiful story that all of you would love. So here we go. Our Vice President, Bara Jagdev, became president in 1999. And months later, GPC, the Guyana Pharmaceutical Corporation, one of the most profitable business venture at the time for Guyana, man, that entity used to bring in foreign currency, lots of it, by producing and selling limacal, whiz, nutrifos, ferrol, smellopine, and all the rest of items, I can't remember, was snatched away from Guyana and sold to Bobby Ramroop, who we later learned was Jagdev's best friend. That issue had raised so much discomfort in this country at the time that the man who used to head that corporation named Gosili refused to hand over the formula to make the whiz, limacal, and ferrol. Yes. The man refused to hand over those things. He was subsequently charged. Yes, charged under President Jagdev's leadership and placed before the court for refusing to hand over the secrets to making those products. You hear me, Bernard? Gosili was ordered by the court to hand them over to the new owner. From then on, the GPC and other companies owned by Ramroop was given the bulk of the drug contracts to supply the Ministry of Health. I don't want to get into details of the prices that the Bara Jagdev administration used to pay for those drug supplies. I am not. I will have to do a special prayer to keep my sanity intact if I am to go down that road. But I think you people are smart enough to understand what went on. Yes, what went on and is still going on up to today as I speak with drug contracts. He wasn't only given the contracts, but Guyana used to pay him to store the drugs for the Ministry of Health in his drug bond. Yep. Prayers needed in this land, now more than ever, Uncle and Auntie. The story I have to share with you tonight, I am not there yet. So brace yourself, relax, and let's move on. The Sonata complex in West Rhineville, worth in the tens of millions of US dollars, was renovated with hundreds of millions of our tax dollars, then given to the Ramroop company. Yes. When Jagdev was questioned, he told the media that Bobby Ramroop submitted a proposal to rent the complex from the government. And when the matter came up before cabinet, Yes. He get up and walk out because he and the man is friends. But so he left cabinet, yes, to make the decision on the Sanata complex. But do you wake up?
Yeah.
The complex was subsequently leased, rented, and before you know it, it was sold for next to nothing to the Ramroop company. If I am to expose that deal in its entirety, everything that went on, Uncle, I would have to go to my prayer home every day, begging for comfort and peace of mind. Down to the government water well inside the complex that supplies Alexander Village, West Rheinveld and the neighboring villages with water. Was he one in the deal, Uncle? How stink and unfair that deal was. Tonight's story I have to share with you is still coming. So please relax. Relax and let's move on. Desmond Hoyt had left Guyana. I'm talking about our ex-president Desmond Hoyt. Had left Guyana with 20% ownership in GT&T. That 20% share used to give Guyana, used to give all of us, uncle and auntie, 2.5 million US a year. Jagdev sold it out, sold out the entire 20% shares for 30 million US. And on to this day, Guyana doesn't know who the real owners of it are. We were told it's a Chinese company. GT&T general manager told me, Glenn, we have never met the owners of the company. All we do is send their profits where we are instructed to send it. The coalition government went in and Harman flight to China on a private jet and came back and told the nation he went to collect the other 25 million that was outstanding in the GT&T share deal. You hear me about that? To this day, today is what, the 14th day?
Yep.
December 2022. Yeah. None of us know whether Guyana received that 5 million US or who is collecting the yearly profits. My guess is as good as yours, Bernard. A Chinese company. Yeah. I believe it's a Chinese company.
Maybe soon.
10 years has gone, Bernard. 10 years has gone. They don't make back their 30 million investment in profits. Every other year is profits for life. Guyana still waiting for our 5 million owed to us. And Jagze wants us to believe that it's a Chinese company will be collecting the profits for life. A 30 million US value of shares, uncle, anywhere in the world can never give you 2.5 million US a year. Never. Impossible. Even if you deal with cocaine or marijuana or heroin, 30 million investment can't give you $2.5 million a year. Jagdev sell it out and tell the nation he putting the money in the Marriott too. Oh boy. Bernard, you're getting tired. I see you sleep. You're nodding away on me. Oh boy, tonight's story, I promise, and Ain't ready yet, man. Relax, man. Open your eyes. Open your eyes and let's move on. The Berbice Bridge was built by the government with a few private people as investors. NIS that put the bulk of the money inside was not being paid dividends. No. But the private players never stopped receiving them investment package, Bernard. Them investment package that is enshrined in the deal. Maybe the deal, that same deal, enshrined in the deal, made by Jack Dale them. Brasington and Ashley Singh. Joshua?
Yes, sir. Maybe that has any money.
Again, if I am to tell you the arrangements between the government and the private players in that Berbice Bridge, I will have to skip the church and go to the masjid or the temple to get peace. By the way, Bernard, my dad was a Hindu and my mom was a Muslim. So I am fully aware with some of the teachings of Islam and Hinduism. Oh, uncle, but I'll tell you guys this. Jagdev's best friend is the largest single shareholder in the Berbice Bridge. You hear what I said there? Yes. Yeah, man. Let's move on again. Days before Jagdev demitted office in 2011, he granted TV, radio, and cable license to a few people. One of them was Ramroop Group. Another was Freedom House, and a few unknowns. One license was even granted to Robert Prasad's sister, who lives in America. Just in case, Bernard, you don't know the value of Guyana's assets. Many governments in the world today put their cable license up for sale. Yes, put it on auction, just like how you're auctioning oil blocks. Jamaica sold one of their cable license for 45 million US dollar. Around the same time, Jagdev gave away ours free. Free. I will go to church this Sunday for my peace. Or, depends on how I wake up, I will go down on my knees and pray for some more peace in this land. Should I get to the real story tonight?
Of course.
Or let's leave it for Friday, Joshua? Huh? You tell me, man. My peace of mind is being disturbed at the moment. Trust me. One cable license, Joshua, could have, had we sold it and sell it properly, it could have given 9-7% increase had Guyana sell it in the right fashion back then. 30 million US for GT&T shares is 6-7% increase. The drug contracts are hundreds of 7% increases. The Sonata complex is another 10-7% increase. Yes. If it was sold at the market value, uncle. Yeah. I am ashamed to tell you what it was sold for. That's another complex. Not even half of a 7%. You hear me? GPC, had it not been sold, every year the public servants could have get 7% increase with ease since 1999. You know that, Joshua? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That same GPC The amount of money it used to make. Public servants could get 1.7% every year from 1999 to now. The Barbies Bridge profits, oh boy, that going into the hands of private people, could have given salary increase every year had it not been designed the way Winston Brasington, Ashley Singh, and Bharat Jagdeo designed it. The real story I have to tell you all tonight is close by. So just relax. Don't get impatient with me, uncle. Grab a glass of wine, man. Or take a shot of bush rum, John. Give Auntie Doris a shot there for me too. It's a Christmas season. And I want a shot. I want a shot of bush rum too. I ain't drink that thing since I was a young man. It's true. My daddy used to hide and make it in the pond. You know, we had a big pond at the back, at the yard. And when the police come looking for bushram, he just tell them he ain't got nothing in his yard. He used to throw it down at the bottom of the pond in a big jumbo jar. He didn't got nothing in the yard. But he used to sell the whole village. How you like that? It's a good thing I didn't turn out like my daddy. Because I would have drunk Jagdeo and take the whole of Guyana for myself and my family. Let's move on. He don't drink. I don't think he drink alcohol. I think he take a glass of wine now and again. Bernard, you ever hear or know that the whole Border cricket ground would have disappeared into the hands of Bobby Ramrupto? Wow. I don't want to catch you off track. Yes. He had submitted, uncle, a proposal for that too. And the letter was leaked to Glenn Lall. And when we bust out the story in the Kaieteur news, they run and left it alone. Man, if it wasn't, you know, it would have, that thing would have been in the hands of Ramrup a long time ago, hadn't that letter fall in my hand. Oh, but this wasn't under Jagdeo. This was under President Ramatar in 2013. When this fast one was being pulled on Guyana. Oh boy. But the real story is yet to come, man. Relax, calm down. Calm down. If it wasn't for the Kaieteur news, Joshua, and I am certain, and I'm not praising myself, I don't know where Guyana would have been or what would have been left in this country for the Guyanese people. You know that, Bernard? If it wasn't for me and the Kaieteur news. Man. Wow. As for the lands that was granted to Ramrup and his group of companies, here, there, and everywhere, if it wasn't for Kaieteur news again, and again, I'm not praising myself, uncle, I don't know where Guyana would have been or what would have been left in this country for the Guyanese people. We carried a story in 2012 in which we reported Ramrup Company paid $38,000 in VAT in his $40 million US Queens Atlantic Company. You hear that? Yeah, man. 38,000 Guyana dollars in VAT on a 40 million US company. Pray for them. And pray for me too, uncle and auntie. I need it to keep my sanity. If I am to get down into the thousands of stories the Kaieteur news would have carried with Bharat Jagdeo, Ramrup, Brasington, and Ashley Singh, I will certainly leave this earth without finishing, even if I speak non-stop to the end of my life, beginning tonight. That's so much story. It's untellable, man. Not untollable, untellable. The story I have to tell y'all tonight is inching up slowly. Don't sleep away on me, man. I see some of y'all through the radio nodding away on me. I have to take in the bushroom. So let me hurry up. Kaieteur and kanji oil blocks. Kaieteur and kanji oil blocks. Yes. You got a little tape there with Kaieteur and kanji oil blocks. Let me give them a little heads up in it. Yeah, play it. You didn't honor your promise to this nation to investigate the Kaieteur and kanji oil blocks giveaway. What are you? Somebody has convinced you not to do that?
Which,
The Kaieteur and kanji investigation, the probe that you promised to
yes,
to do.
what probe was it? Remind me about this probe?
You said you would investigate the Kaieteur and kanji oil blocks.
Yes, but when did I say this?
At your very first press conference you held,
That
when
we
you-
will
when-
investigate.
yes,
No, I'm not. I'm sure we don't need to investigate these. You were asking about the beneficial owners, and I said we will provide that information, and we provided the information. What is there to investigate? They got the standard contract, which is a bad contract that we know, because Exxon and the others got the same contract.
so you
asked who the beneficial owners are.
well we wanted to know who are the beneficial owners,
Right,
and
know
you
the
promised an
beneficial owners
investigation.
now. We release who the beneficial owners are.
You promised to do an investigation.
No, but-
well, it's more than just a benefit. No, we haven't seen the beneficial owners of the Kaieteur and kanji oil blocks today.
Yeah, you have not seen that? Well,
No, we have
can
not
get
seen
that
that.
to you if you haven't seen it.
Oh, I'd
it's
love
just
to-
that you might have an oversight, yes.
All right. So I'm going to see that. Joshua,
Yes, sir.
keep your eye on that Kaieteur and kanji. Beneficial owners, the money owners who got it. Remember, he said he's going to release it. I asked him back that question Friday gone again. Where is it? What did he say? What did he say, Josh? Go ask Vikram Bharat. Keep your eyes on that, what he said there. I asked him who are the beneficial owners. And he said the report is out. We haven't seen it as yet. Those two oil blocks, the Kaieteur and kanji, was signed away under President Ramotar. Yes. He said he acted on the advice and recommendations of Robert Prasad and the GGMC. Yep. And you heard him. He had promised at his press conference when they came back into office in 2020 how he will carry out an investigation to see if any wrongdoing took place and who are the beneficial owners of those two oil blocks. You heard him just now. That was on my radio program. He promised again to make it available so that we can see who are the real owners that collected the money from the sale to ExxonMobil. Yep. You want to play him back? No, I think they hear him already, man. And like I said, I asked him Friday again about the report at the press conference. And he told me to go to Vikram Bharat. So let me ask this question. Is Bobby Ramrup the real beneficial owner? Or is he himself? I leave that conclusion to you, the public, Uncle and Auntie. I must remind all of you that the Kaieteur oil block was given to a company that had two known Guyanese listed as directors on the company. A man named Nicholas Chongasang and Yuli Nelson. Nicholas Chongasang at the time was a very senior employee of the GGMC under Robert Passad's stewardship. Yulie Nelson, on the other hand, was a director on the Marriott Hotel Board, headed by Winston Brasington. The Kanji oil block was also granted to another company in which two prominent gold miners, one named Ryan Pereira and Michael K. Wood, in which Robert Passad was the head of the mining sector. Again, guess what, Uncle? Robert Passad told Guyana he never met or know the people who were given the Kaieteur or the Kanji oil blocks. He only met the lawyers, and he couldn't remember their names or where the law firms or offices were located. It's Christmas. Yes, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. Have a merry, merry, merry time. I love you. I love you. Love you, love you, love you till I die. I love you, Guyana. And I love all of you. I mean that from my heart. I will continue to keep all of you in my prayers. And all of them too. Yeah. Now let me share the story that you're long awaiting for, that brought me out tonight. Bernard, I really wanted to attend a function I was invited to tonight, but I canceled that function just to be here with all of you to share the story. Yes, I would have been very uncomfortable going to that function, and I couldn't wait until Friday to share the story with you guys. So here we go. You got to listen to me carefully and follow what I'm saying. In September 2007, when the country had no money and people were starving, the government gave $1 million US contract to Courtney Ben to move the sewage pipelines at the Kingston foreshore. No reason was given by Jagdeo for doing that. You following me, Bernard? Later, in the same year, the Food and Drugs Department was asked to pack up and move out from the building they were using in the surrounding area at Kingston. At that time, Uncle, we were hearing in the grapevine that a hotel was going to be built in the area, but everybody's foot, hand, and mouth was closed. Jagdeo didn't disclose any information whatsoever to this country. 2 months later, a water well was being drilled, approved by Bara Jagdeo. Again, nothing was said. Nothing was said what that water well was being drilled for. 6 months later, in 2008, Jagdeo said a hotel will be built and promised to release the names of the persons who will be building the hotel on the spot. Bernard, you with me? 3 months later, at the turning ceremony of the new hotel, Jagdeo told the media he cannot release the names of the hotel owners because of a confidentiality clause in the agreement. Let's move on. Let's move on. Out of the $1 million contract Courtney Ben get, $700,000 was paid to him, and then Jagdeo went and hired an international firm, paid him $2 million US to move the pipelines the sewage pipelines and told the nation that he didn't have any confidence in Courtney Ben, who he had hired to do the job. So, 2.7 million US of taxpayers' money done spent there. I continue. In 2009, Jagdev announced that the people who wants to build a hotel pulling out the deal. He said, I can't find money. Uncle, that was the beginning of the whole me lose me game he was playing with Guyana on this Marriott hotel. The Marriott people came to Guyana and did a feasibility study, meaning a financial study, uncle, and said the hotel will not be profitable and didn't want their name to become a failure in any country, and walked away. Man, Joshua, I hope you guys following the trend going on here, you know.
I am.
The next year, 2010, a company out of Grenada, Zublin, the company named Zublin, said that Guyana government was offering a deal of a lifetime to build the Marriott brand hotel in Guyana. When Kaieteur News carried that story, Joshua, of this sweetheart deal, Jagdev became very upset and lashed out at the people for breaking the confidentiality clause between them. Auntie, he didn't want the Guyanese people to know what was the offer. What was the sweetheart deal he was making to bring a Marriott here? So he lashed out at the people for busting up his bag. Months before Jagdev left office in 2011, hell-bent on building that hotel, he announced the construction of the Marriott Hotel. You got to hear this carefully, Bernard. You don't know this. This time around, the Marriott says they will not be investing any money in the hotel. But if the hotel have to be built with their brand name, them have to manage the hotel in accordance to their standards. They would be the manager to ensure that the hotel is managed and run according to their standards, in which they were being paid a handsome fee. You understand me there, Bernard? Mm-hmm. It means that if you want to build it, them must be the one running it. You ain't going to build me name and mess it up.
Exactly.
Days before Jagdev left office, a contract was signed with a Chinese company for 52 million US to build a hotel. My gosh, 52 million US. How? Let me give you a little quick rundown, man. When I hear the money they're spending for building this hotel, then I fly till to Miami. And right at Miami International Hotel, airport, as soon as you come out 1 minute, there are a bunch of Marriotts there. Marriott Inn, Marriott Suites. Man, a ton of them, 8. I go in and I find out the cost for build a 200 room. And uncle, you'd be shocked to hear. A 200 room hotel, a cost 55,000 US. And come to the price just now. I nearly dropped dead when I hear the 52 million to build this hotel here. The money the government spent to do the feasibility study was not included in that 52 million. The 2.7 to move the sewage pipeline was also not included in the 52 million. The Kingston land, was also not included in that 52 million. So Bernard, if you put an average cost for the land, let me put between 8 to 10 million US. The feasibility study, the sewage cost plus the 52 million, you already meet 65 million US. You hear me? 65 million US. And it went beyond that. Now let me tell you. You know what you're talking about, eh? You're talking about over 300,000 US. Over 60 million Guyana dollar for one room at a Marriott hotel. And guess how much the Marriott them a bill for in the US? 55,000 US. We won't cost 300,000 US. That's the most expensive hotel on earth.
6 times.
That's the most expensive hotel on earth. You understand what I'm saying, man? Yes. Wow. Wow. Then Winston Brasington said, Republic Bank will be investing 27 million into the construction. Lo and behold, uncle and auntie, when Republic Bank was asked, they said they were only asked by Brasington to put together an investor-friendly package for potential investors. You hear that, Bernard? Potential investors. And Jagdeo had said, told the world that Republic Bank is putting together a consortium, a group of people to invest in the Marriott. Uncle, like Republic Bank and the Marriott brand itself, not investing a cent in that project. Yes. Both of them not putting a cent in that project. Republic Bank was only asked to find people to invest, uncle. Here the big question. Who are those people? Bernard? Who was those people? Listen to this. At the second sod-turning ceremony, because remember the first one collapsed when them say how the people walk away. At the second sod-turning ceremony, Jagdeo wasn't there. Guess who was there? His friends, including Bobby Ramroop.
Hold on one another. I love you, love up each other. Let's dance together. I love you, love one another. तेरे संग झूल रहा है मेरी बाहों में जग सारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा तुझे सूरज कहूँ या चंदा तुझे दीप कहूँ या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा तुझे दीप कहो या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा Hold on one another I love you, love up each other. Let's dance together. I love you, love one another.
Joshua, what's going on there, man?
That was technical difficulty there, sir. I apologize.
Yep. What do you mean the technical difficulty, bro? This is a serious program.
I apologize, sir. Things happen. Maybe it was meant to go there.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I love the song anyway. And you should too. After all, we have to love one another. We have to share with one another and dance with one another. The only thing, Joshua, is that these guys not sharing with us our own thing. They're only sharing the things among their own friends. Oh. It's a nice song, though. It's a nice piece you fit in there. That's a good difficulty, man. That's a real technical difficulty. Anyway, let's move on. It's good. It's Christmas, you know. You gotta inject a little humor now and again.
Yeah, man.
Let's get back to our topic. This story. Winston Brasington, in absence of Jagdeo, tell the media present at the ceremony that the majority of the investment will be coming from private investors who are still to be named. You hear about that? And the seconds are turning. Brazilians, private investors who are yet to be named. Then we were told by Jagdev himself that the 25 million US out of the 30 million they collected from the GT&T shares, yeah man, will be used to start the construction of the Marriott Hotel. You hear that? Now, let me ask this question. Would any one of you, uncle and auntie, sell the most profitable business you have and take that money to invest in another uncertain business? Huh? Who does things like that? Well, that is what Vice President Jagdeo did when he was president. No. Yes, when he was president, with that GT&T shares to build the Marriott Hotel. When the hotel was finished, it was not even making money to pay the light bill at the time, Bernard. Much less pay the bank installment of the private investors or towards the private investors. As a result, Bernard, we could have lost that hotel to the investors hiding behind the Republic Bank. And Guyana would have lost everything. Yes. The Marriott would have been staring us in our face, not as the Guyanese people own, but as private people own. Uncle, it was so bad that the taxpayers' dollars had to come out from the treasury to pay the private people through the bank. Just like the Borbies Bridge. Both projects were designed in such a way that if the two projects don't make profit, can't make a profit to pay the private investors, them stitching, yes, then we tax dollars, money from the treasury, you have to pay them. Yes, pay them the fat percentage they were required to get out of the agreement made under Jagdeo. Yes, uncle. This is how the man Jagdeo running Guyana. Setting deals not to benefit the Guyanese people, but safeguard and protect private investors with Guyana chunk of the money. The PNC plus the AFC came in and end up taking over the investment from Republic Bank, which kick out the private players. And of course, you know, from then on the taxpayers were footing the bill for the Marriott Hotel to keep it floating. Until, let me repeat, we treasury, we tax dollars, the PNC had to dig out from the treasury to keep the Marriott Hotel floating until God Almighty smiled on Guyana when He gave us oil. From the time we find oil, the hotel started making money to take care of itself and bring in a few dollars into our treasury, giving the taxpayers, me and you, some relief, uncle. Yes, some relief. You don't want to know. Hadn't we find oil, what Guyana would have been going through until now with that hotel. So, since we find oil, it eased the burden on Guyana. Hear this one now, Bernard. Uncle and auntie, are you hearing me clearly here now? Yesterday, the government announced they're selling out the Marriott. It is up for sale. Joshua, you didn't hear what I said there. After going through all of that, what we went through with the Marriott Hotel. Couldn't pay the light bill. Couldn't pay the installments. Had to fork out we tax dollars to keep it afloat. It start making money now. Now it's up for sale. Now it's up for grabs. God Almighty smile on us. And the hotel making money today. Them ready to snatch it away from we and put in. Not Vladimir Putin from Russia. And Putin. Me not call name. Irish call name and me gonna blow whistle. Yes. Things were making money in this country. The GPC was making money. GT&T shares was making real money. The cable frequency, we could have get real money. The Barbies Bridge, we could have been making money. The Sonata Complex, had it sell right, we would have been got big money. And many others disappear. Too much to mention. Yes. Things that making money is going out as honey. Uncle, there was an advertisement in the newspapers. And I must let you know, that advertisement was in yesterday's newspaper. That's how we know that this Marriott is up for sale. So I must let you know the conditions they set out to acquire the hotel. Bernard, you read the conditions? Check yesterday's paper. Uncle, the conditions they set out to acquire the hotel, to put in a bid or to win it. Only a handful of people in the Caribbean can meet those requirements. So I don't know who hands it will be going into. Ta-da! Ta-da! But you know, Josh, if you're going to make a mistake with a technical error and playback, that thing will be nice. But no, it's okay. Today, I checked the Marriott rate is over $300 a night for a room. Yes. They got 200 rooms there. And every night it's full. $60,000 a night the hotel making. 1.8 million US a month. That is money like drizzle, uncle. That's money like the GT&T shares, auntie. That's 21 million US a year. 21 million US a year, uncle. Oh boy. It's 4-7% increase a year for all the public servants. We go in and give away. Money I'm talking about there, uncle. Take out half, or let me just say take out half of the 21 million for expenses. 2-7% will be going into the new owner's hands. Yes. Clean money. Clean like whistle. Every year. And much more. Because, as the oil kicks in, the hotel price will go up. Yes. More prices in the hotel hands. On the private hands. Who going to get it now, Bernard? They will be making a killing out of this hotel right now. You hear what I'm saying, man? You know what is 1.8 million US a month? Huh? You put that in the hands of Lall tomorrow morning. By the time they build them hotels at Ogle, me don't make 10 hotel money out of the Marriott. Oh, the hotel price going up in this country, and money going up in private people's hands. What going up for y'all, Joshua?
Cost of living.
Yes. The public servants, the police, the nurses, the teachers, the pensioners, nothing. Nothing going up for y'all but cost of living. This is not money for stay in y'all hands to keep or to help patch roads or to give pensioners some help. This is money to go in private people's hands, uncle. Yes, that's why they're putting it up for sale. This is how they run your country. I am waiting to see their next move. What game, what trickery, what excuse Jagde will be coming up with to tell this nation why they want to sell out this most profitable hotel today. I am waiting. I am watching keenly. Bernard, you notice what time of the year it is? Huh?
Christmas.
Yes.
Everybody busy.
Uncle, you notice what time of the year them hustling to pull this fast one on we? Remember last year? They run to Parliament on the 29th of December. When all of you busy enjoying the Christmas season, partying and enjoying the life. They pass law to jail the finance minister if he don't report accurately how much money going in the oil account. Wait, no? Wait, no, man. They pass law for jail the finance minister if he don't report accurately how much oil money going in the account. But no law was passed to jail the finance minister when or if he take out the money and what he spend it on. Oh, uncle. Again, we approaching the Christmas season and the Marriott is up for sale. The Marriott is up for grabs. Like I said, I am waiting to see their next move and whose hands it will land in. If y'all allow it to be sold. You hear me? Mm-hmm. If y'all allow it to be sold. I just want to give you a quick note before I go. That was the lead story in the Kaieteur News front page today. And it was also on the front page of the Stabrook News. Not a single word in the Guyana Chronicle and the Guyana Times. Your money-making property is going up for sale. Let me repeat this thing, man. Your money-making property is going up for sale. I can understand the Guyana Times not telling you all anything because of the owner, Ramru. But man, the Guyana Chronicle is your newspaper. Is our newspaper. They're not telling us anything to it? Huh? God bless all of you. Pray for peace. And then beg God Almighty to give you a piece of Guyana before that too gone. Have a great night. And please join me Friday for another unforgettable program before I take my break into the Christmas holidays. Once again, namaste to all you beautiful people. And thank you for listening. They lock up the mayor of Georgetown this afternoon for obstructing traffic, cybercrime, and racial hostility. I am told he was placed on a $100,000 bail and will go to court in the morning. This is what you call tactics and distractions to keep our minds off the real issues. Yes, I will bet my last dollar that this will be the lead story in all the newspapers, TV and radio stations tomorrow, with the exception of the Kaieteur News and the Kaieteur Radio. Josh, say good night to them for me, please. Make that technical difficulty again. Let me hear that song back again. I like it. Never mind it thing. Kick it in back.
Hold on one another. I love you, love up each other. Let's dance together. I love you, love one another. तेरे संग झूल रहा है मेरी बाहों में जग सारा
मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा
तुझे सूरज कहूँ या चंदा तुझे दीप कहूँ या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा
तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा तुझे दीप कहो या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा
Hold on one another. I love you, love up each other. Let's dance together. I love you, love one another.
Let me dance together. Let me love one another. Oi! And let me share together. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Good evening, sir. Sorry about that.
You're not.
I feel like going out there and have a glass of wine. I'm in that mood. I'm in that spirit. Yes, my friend. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you, my brother?
Thank you. Good. Thanks, well.
I'd just like to encourage you, my brother, to continue the good work. We're battling the forces of darkness. We're in a spiritual battle.
I hear you.
And we continue to believe that God will prevail. You're doing an excellent
I hear
job.
you.
Don't let them distract you.
I hear you.
We're all being deceived and amused and entertained while they're trying to not only steal all the wealth, but to really annihilate us. So I'm praying for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I need that. I need that. I need that to keep.
Dr. Lall.
I need that to keep my sanity.
Yeah, I realize, right? And it's easy to get despondent and, yeah, but don't give up, my brother.
Thank you.
People are listening, and one day I have no doubt that your labor will bear fruit.
I
By the
hear
grace
you.
of God.
I hope so too. I hope so too. Thank you so much, man.
All right.
Thank you. Have a great
God
evening.
bless, and
God bless.
Remember that Jesus loves you, brother.
Thanks. Amen.
Okay.
Hey,
Have a
good night, Mr.
Caller,
Glenn.
good evening.
Hey, good night, sir.
Good night.
Yeah, with all these things we see here, Guyana, in this place, Mr. Glenn,
Yes, sir.
here, I don't know, let's say, sometimes I left down from there, I don't even know sometimes what to say. But listen to me.
I hear you,
With
brother.
the mayor right for do we have to do and say we have to say. And Mr. Glenn, you, right? When you see these people coming and tax on things and you saying a different story, we ain't got nobody at heart or we mean mind for do certain things, you know. You see how the opposition, they easy them and saying a word and nothing at all. They just their mouth zip up because the things what they do, they can't say nothing because they will get skin up too. Right? We need you there to jail these people, sir. Stop refusing certain things.
How I could
Because
jail
it's
them,
only
brother?
you there.
How I could
It's
jail
only
them?
you there on the agenda right now.
But how I could jail these people? I am just.
Oh, you mean?
I'm a newspaper man.
Yeah, when people gonna put you in the right position, you refusing and telling people something else and you gonna talk, and we don't want to hear that. right? The murders out in the streets almost every month or every 2 times a month all around the market shaking me and because I tell you he's selling out there. Right? So the man said we have to send talk and he talk we see. And he shouldn't even apologize. But stop refusing things because we ain't got nobody else. As I tell you, if not, you don't go there, this place gonna be red in blood.
Well, you don't want to go down that road. You don't want to go down the road.
But this was saying stop refusing people when they're telling you, well, you gotta go there. Because none of them, you saw the opposition, them aren't even rising up. And you know, they're saying nothing. Although what they're doing, he do more than when them been in there for the 5 years, you know.
All
you know
right.
how much thing he doing?
All right, well,
They
here
barely do couple when they go in there.
Well, hear
right?
this
But
one.
What them this doing before and now, right?
Well,
I
hear
think
this.
These people need to go to prison, sir.
Hear this one. Hear what I'm telling you loud and clear here. All right? I live my life every day with the guidance of God Almighty. I ask Him every day to guide every moment of my life. And what He directs tomorrow or next year or the year after, then so be it. I have no say and I am not committing to anything. I depend on Him moment after moment in my life to guide me. Guide every footstep I make. Guide even my thoughts.
No.
So whatever you're saying there or you're pushing there, if it is to happen, trust me, the man above will make that decision. All right? Me and you can't make that choice.
Mr. Glenn.
Yeah.
If you do sit down and study, if it wasn't for you, really there like in Wonderland.
Like Africa, yes. Yes, I know that.
It
That's
was
why
saying,
that's why I went to Africa, you know. That's why I went to Africa. And I'm going back to Africa. Because I really wanted
this
to
was
get a
saying,
feel.
and you know what is getting
firsthand
studying,
look.
Mr. Glenn?
Yeah.
These people could Google and see what these people left them other country and all over the world and then come here, they're right here. And nobody am rising up. The opposition, they can't rise up. Is we got to forget a fresh set of people like you for put these people in prison and get exon out here. Or for I seen the Kaieteur people, they can you to court, asking the court for stop you challenge against them.
Yes.
Then is exon running this country now, Ali and Jaglio them? Yeah?
Well,
It's not them running this country.
well, for me,
Because they asking the court for stop you thing where you for tell them pay the tax. Yeah? What really going on in here, brother?
well, it is what it is. Let's wait and see. We can't comment much. We gotta wait on the judge.
Yeah,
to
but you
hear.
know why you watching? They asking the court for stop you thing where you put against them for pay the tax.
Oh yes,
What going on there?
yes. They're more on bare face and bold face.
Yeah,
man.
then for sure is Exxon running this court.
Yeah. Well, no.
These man sell
Exxon
you
is
out
running
there
the
why
court.
they can't say nothing in opposition. They sell you out and they're easy and making these African people a jackass. They're running behind them with rally and all, but them and telling the people the truth. They zip up the mouth and see arm on none them and saying nothing, not go move to none of them. Yeah? You don't even know if they're there about.
Oh boy.
How they're so silent.
Oh, boy.
They can't say nothing because they don't sign a deal with all of we like for sell we out then. Right?
They signed deal and sent us to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
just
this
that-
was saying this why they can't open their mouth for saying nothing for defend we.
Yep. It is what it is. Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Glenn.
Thank you. Yes, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Go ahead. You're live on the radio.
Yes, I know. Yeah, Mr. Lall, these thing really what these chaps doing here, Mr. Lall, I want to go. I don't believe guys. I don't believe them on seeing and it's like they're looking at what them are seeing already going on in this country, Yeah, them people see it. Wait, man, what these people really waiting for see, when they're catching them like one by one and sell you like slave, like when they do it, bring something from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You could imagine what these people intend to do to this country, Mr. Lall. One more them man do now. After this, one more them man left left for do next, Mr. Lall?
Well, it's everything they've been grabbing up from since they.
But this is the
Listen,
problem.
and let me be very frank with you. These chaps have been grabbing up as fast as they can, as much as they can, from since they go in office, man. Right? And the PNC and the AFC went in, and they were no different. All right? This is why, like the gentleman just said just now, the PNC is so quiet and the AFC is so quiet.
That's the problem.
Right?
That's the problem.
And this is what happened throughout Africa and Asia.
That's true.
They corrupt the leaders, right? And the leaders sell out the whole country. You're right when you said that's how the slave trade came about. Their own people used to capture their own people and sell them.
But this actually what happened to me right now.
Yes.
Because look what them are doing to me. The leaders, what should them doing to me? The own, what should them doing to me? Foreigners, what should they doing to me? Oh, Mr. Lall is saying, get this thing really unbelievable, unthinkable, unimaginable. I don't know. I don't know how to describe this thing. But them bandits say have no shame. Them bandits, have no etiquette or nothing about them. Because Mr. Lall, you could imagine as a patriotic Guyanese, right? When I listen to the vice president, what that chap trying to do to you? This man, they were put himself so low, you could imagine for like embarrass you. When I listen to this chap, I say, well, just imagine this could be a vice president of a country, an ex-president.
I asked the man.
You could imagine if we had even one minister used to speak like you, Mr. Lall, I would feel confident. Let me tell you something. If, Mr. Lall, honestly tonight, if I had gone to vote, if I had stayed listening of any one of them, you wouldn't hear me if I say tonight, because I will commit suicide. Because the things I believe, right, I encourage it to, what am I doing to the station? I encourage it. And all them people who wouldn't encourage them to do them things, they should shame of themselves.
I want to tell you something. Hold a moment. All these, you have many people within Parliament there. Most of them does not agree with what's happening in this country. It's only a couple of them within the PPP and the PNC sell out this country, you know. It's only a couple of people.
I know.
You understand?
I know.
The majority of them, they suss what's happening, but they just can't say nothing. They have to keep their position, and they want to keep their chair. They want to be a minister, you know. And you see, it's like what Jack Dale did to me. He said he promised 6 times. Now he tell me go ask Vikram Bharat. He wants me to come off his back, and me must there cuss down Vikram Bharat. But it's not Vikram Bharat. A matter of fact, I will not cuss Vikram Bharat anymore. I swear it. I will not cuss. Listen, wait. Let me say this. I will not cuss these ministers anymore. I will not shout down at them anymore. Because these people are scapegoats. You understand? Being used by the leaders, especially Bharat Jagdeo.
I know.
That's what he does all the time. You hear him. You guys heard him when he said how disappointed he was that he couldn't find, that GRA couldn't find auditors to audit the Lisa 1 and Lisa 2 field development projects. Look. He went and approved the 3rd project, and look who he hired to audit the 3rd project.
Mr. Lall, look, I listened to them all night on Guyana program, right?
Yes.
I listened to this man. I said, well, what is this? What's wrong? We don't have nothing to counter there, you know. When you hear the man down there, the audit finished, and you wouldn't even hear nothing more. It's done as though.
We're still waiting on that report.
Please, Mr. Lall, you wouldn't hear nothing. What you want with the one with red for do you?
I tell you, we have to go in front of the house or in front of the office and live there.
Mr. Like, I wish if I was in jail. I can't have them rally. Why can't I see the man of them rally for man?
And the caller that called me just now, if you want action, that is the type of action we have to carry. And I am willing to lead that.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, my friend. Any other thing?
Road and electricity and internet and everything. I got use natural phone, so
Let-
using a proper signal.
I know. Thank you. Let me give somebody else another call.
All right, good. Thanks
Thanks.
very much, Mr. Lall.
Good night.
Thanks very
Good
much.
night. Yes, good evening, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Yeah,
You're live on the
I didn't
radio.
call to- yes, I'm fully aware of that, but I didn't call to speak to you, brother. I called to speak to the listeners.
Go ahead.
This thing that we took.
Go ahead. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I'm seeing your number. Can I call you back direct? Guy, you're calling me via WhatsApp. Let me call you back direct. Yeah. You want to talk to the listeners? I'll give him the chance to. I'll give him the chance to. The man want to talk to the listeners. So I'll give him the chance to speak to the listeners.
You got his number there?
Yeah, I'll get his number here. Good evening, sir. You're live on the air. Hello? Good evening. Good evening. The phones keep dropping. I don't know.
Well, I'll take this one here.
Take it.
Good evening, caller, and welcome.
Hello. Good evening, sir. You're live.
Good evening.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, good night to Mr. Good night to Mr. Glenn and the listeners.
Raise the radio. I'm not hearing.
I was listening to the topic when Mr. Lall was saying about the Marriott selling. I wonder if Mr. Lall aware about the lighthouse. That the Marriott Hotel is blocking the lighthouse, and the lighthouse is supposed to be presently operating at the top of the Marriott. So when they sell the Marriott, what would happen to the lighthouse? That's my question to Mr. Lall and to Guyana.
I didn't hear you.
I want to know when the marriage is sold, what will become of the lighthouse?
The boat house, the lighthouse.
Because
on top of the
because
Well,
the Marriott is presently blocking the lighthouse. If you guys don't aware of that.
Since they built the Marriott, it blocks it, the old lighthouse and everything new one on top of the Marriott.
Oh well, they're gonna move it and put it up top the Marriott, and then the government will pay the private owners to host it there, like they will. Yes, like they will.
That, to me, that doesn't make any sense, Mr. Lall.
You gotta pick what I'm saying there, man. You gotta catch what I'm saying there, man.
Breathe between the lines.
It makes sense if you know what you're looking for.
Oh man, you gotta catch what I'm saying there, brother. It's to fill somebody's pocket with our tax dollars.
Yeah, I don't know what we say, Mr. Lall.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good evening. You said you want to talk to the people. Go ahead.
Yes, good night.
Yes.
All listeners, good night to you and your panel, sir.
Good night.
I am speaking to Guyanese people that are listening to this program. Mr. Glenn Lall, to me, has done enough and he can't do more than we're doing. This thing could only stop if we go out and stand up, people. We have to go out and stand up day and night, every day, every night. I am so willing, but one person alone can't do it.
Well, you got me too.
No, but you can't do that every day, all day with me. Me, you can't do that every day. Remember, we got family, we got other things to do. But when me and you in there, other people could there. When them in there, we could there. We got to come together and find a way for stop. Big man, I sit down and I listen to you. If I could only erase the passion in me right now, soldier. No people hungry enough there. No people ain't got things for cook. Some people ain't got money, soldier. And these people are giving away everything like nothing. Guyanese people, we have to come together and stand up for what is right. That is all for tonight, sir.
Hold 1 second. Hold 1 second.
Yes, I am holding,
I
brother.
appreciate what you said, but I want to just make a little correction to you. They are not giving away our things. They are stealing our assets. All right? Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Good.
Good.
Good evening, sir. You're live on the air. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
So we just remind persons when they call in, need to lower the volume of your device that you're listening to us from, maybe your radio, or if you're joining us on social media, you really have to turn down.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good night. Good night.
Yes, good
I know
night.
we're so time getting into this, but I'm going to tell you straight. You see, everybody is calling into your program and giving you all the praises and telling you, look, let's get out there and everything. They're not going to do it. They're not. Because everybody is scared. We know we have what can you say, a tolerance state we're living in.
Totalitarian state? No, we don't have that.
So I have a title when I say it.
No, we don't have that. I disagree with you. And we cannot have that. And we cannot have that in this country.
All right.
Not as long as Lall breathing here. Never.
Yeah, but Mr. Lall, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you about the street. Let me tell you and educate you a little bit more what people are really telling you. Right?
Yes, go ahead.
Every single day, you go down the road, right? And you hear people talking. Yeah, Mr. Lall exposed this and he said this. You know what they said? Well, what are we going to do? Here's how it goes. It's not going on. The fact remains that no matter how much you are doing an excellent job exposing and saying, imagine you pull up videos, right, just yesterday and show how, not yesterday, Monday, how inspired the vice president was in this country, stated how much this deal was wrong and everything. We are living in a technological age whereby you can pull up videos, you can see things there on Facebook, there on YouTube, there in all these ways. You keep saying, Google these things. Google and see what's happening in Africa. Google and see what's happening around the world in the Asian continent. Google and hear what you know about Exxon. President Biden said Exxon make more money than God. I didn't know God does make money, but apparently Exxon make more than that.
I hear you.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Look at all of this. Exxon put up signs right away after you keep blasting. They put up signs all around the country. They say, look, dismiss your case. You have none.
I'm going to deal with that. I'm going to deal with that on Friday. Don't worry.
No, the thing is, yes, no problem. But why should they pay taxes? That is basically what they are saying. They can come into our country and do whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want, because the government of that day is giving them and affording them that opportunity. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
It is a passionate thing to know how you go in the market and see salute selling. You understand? At one point it was $200 per pound, $100, and then it got to $500, then it got to $1,500, and you're buying celery for $2,500 and $1,500 a pound. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
This is how poor people live in. For them who in parliament and sit down and around, they don't set out a shopping list. They don't have time. Their drivers and whoever are going to go out and buy and bring whatever.
Exactly.
They do not go in there match up pocket unless they're in the opposition. When they're in the opposition, then they got to go in the pocket and feel it. We have no opposition in this country anymore. Hear what the opposition is talking every day. How much more can Guyanese people listen and go through?
You know,
no semblance of our own pride and dignity on what we are saying and what we are doing. We're like a puppy show country. Everybody looking at us. We have our VP, the head of the state. We have our president saying it's an inclusive one, all for one Guyana. And the VP there behind the other side saying everything different. Where's our MP? Not RMP. We saw what's the other guy? The
VP?
we call it the
Prime Minister.
man. The Prime Minister. Have you ever heard from him? I thought he's supposed to be bigger than the VP.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
All you hear about him is some little scraps about little lights and little things. Look, the gas to show projects not really being approved. All these other different projects, excuse me for taking up a lot of these things, but all these different things have been approved. The next project is going to be done the last year when you were arguing and telling everybody December month, look, it's going to be approved, and yet it did. Now you're seeing the same thing, December month is going to be approved, and yet we know it's going to come. The people that don't tell the shareholders how many times you have explicitly spoke about this. And Guyanese just don't need to understand. They don't need to stand up. You know, I spoke about the same thing. You know, some people say, you've got a lot by. All y'all talk about is
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Can you hold a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hold a second? You see the contract. You see Jack Dale announced the contract. Big signing ceremony with ExxonMobil for the gas plant. 759 million US. That project will end up. That project has gone past $2 billion American dollars. That's 2/3 of Guyana debt all we life. And guess what? Just like the money making Marriott and the money making bridge and the money making this and the money making that. Down the road, listen to me, mark my words, down the road, that project will have private investors being installed in there to reap the hog of the money, in which our oil will be footing the bill. Mark my words on that.
I am going to mark your words with it, Glenn, but I don't want you to understand, right, that look, as much as we say and you say with it, Guyanese, you know, the populace, when I say the populace, I mean the majority vote.
I hear you.
These kind of things.
I hear you. I hear
They
you.
don't want to hear this. You hear, look, I hear you trying to say, look, even after tonight, I hear you trying to say, whatever God direct you to do,
Yes.
you do.
Yes.
But right now, I have no problem with you saying this, Mr. Lall.
Yeah.
I have no problem. Glenn, I have no issue with you saying whatever God tell you to do. No issue. If you come out there, there's a lot of people like me ain't gonna come out on the road. I can talk on this phone, so nobody can see me face or hear me, and nobody can lash me pot. When you come out and do your thing and say you're gonna do something, I'm telling you, the eggs are there. Then who do you gonna understand?
Yeah, but I want you sung a little frustrated, and you sung. I know. But let me give you a little hope, and let me tell you this: all is not lost. You hear me? We are in the early stages of this $1 trillion oil find, and changes will come. Changes have to come. Changes must come. You hear? Wait, man. I'm not finished yet. Okay? You seems frustrated, and I can hear it. I can feel it in you. I used to feel the same way. I went out there. I speak to people. I hear them. Okay? And I hear some of the same comments. By Glenn, what we gonna do? Listen what I'm saying to you, and listen, Guyana. Listen what Glenn is saying. Time heals everything. Time is of essence here. And only time will bring about the change. Constantly banging this in a man's ears, in a woman's ears, they will wake up one day, my friend. And when they wake up, it will not be too late. Trust me, we have time. What we have to do, I keep saying this on the radio, encourage your neighbor. Say, man, listen. Just listen to the program. All right? Get your family, get your neighbor, get your cousins, get everybody to listen to the program. I get telephone calls from people a matter of fact, a gentleman called me just before come on. He said, Glenn, I wake up 1:30, it's 1:30 going in 2 o'clock in the morning in England, and they wake up just to listen to this program. They're online right now listening to this program. Right? That's how much they want to know where Guyana is heading. And if I'm the only mouthpiece now, you know, hey, give it some time. Give it some time, brother. Trust me. We're going to get changes.
I can calm myself. And then can I give 1 more minute and then I go?
Yes, go ahead.
I know a lot of people trying to call.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Let me tell you something. You're saying give it time. Africa gave it time. Trinidad gave it time. Trinidad Isle, finish. They're trying with a little gas to show energy now.
Can you hold, let me answer that as you go? Can you hold, let me answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Africa was robbed blindly. Africa hadn't many people that could have done what I am doing here now today. Africa didn't have technology back in those days. Trinidad was the same thing. Trinidad didn't see their contract after 70 years. God bless us. Give us David Granger and Jan Mangal, who has thrown that contract in the public domain, that you can have a Glenn Lall here, and many others speaking. A matter of fact, the gentleman from the UK is calling me. So what happened yesterday and yesteryear is a completely different ball game as today, brother. You just talk about today's technology. We got TikTok, we got radio, we have internet, we got Facebook, you got Twitter, YouTube, you name it. Let me tell you something. Why them can't get away with anything here in this land? Not ExxonMobil, not Hess, not CNOOC, not nobody, because of today's technology, my friend. We were blessed. God blessed Guyana and blessed all Guyanese. Trust me on this one, man. And we are not going to go down the road like Trinidad or Africa or Asia. We are way above, we are way ahead. Mark my words, and we will win this war. We will win this war. Go ahead now.
We're going to win it. We're going to win it.
Exactly.
Let me just like one simple thing.
Go ahead.
How many videos have you played about about what is going on and what people have said? How many videos have you played?
My friend.
Inspirational people have fought and said when they were in the opposition.
Hold on. You got to ask yourself how many people have radio. One, how many people has listened to radio, right? How many people have access to the internet? But slowly, I'm saying, if we go out there and talk to people, you understand, and encourage them, you got to get them to listen. If a man doesn't understand, he will never join you on the road. All right? You got to get people to really understand what's taking place and how they're being robbed and what is left for their children and grandchildren. If a man doesn't understand, he will not stand up. He will not fight, brother.
5 years in, Glenn.
Hold on.
You can't gain back that.
Hold on. You've been listening and you understand enough. You were blessed with that intellect to understand a lot of what Glenn Lall have been saying. They have many more like you understand that. But you got to give the masses. Look, I talked about radio license. They didn't give Glenn Lall a radio license. Kaieteur News, the biggest newspaper. They didn't give Stabrook News, that been before Glenn Lall, Kaieteur News. They didn't give Rex McKay. They didn't give CN Sharma. They didn't give the biggest media houses in this country. Didn't get a TV license or a radio license, right? And what happened? So all that they were doing to stifle the nation. You hear me? Because they had their own aim. They say if they keep you dumb, they can control you. They control your thoughts, they control your thinking, they control your actions. But today's technology outweighs and outwin radio. Tomorrow at the Equitas radio station, I can go online I can live online free.
They can't take away TikTok.
Exactly. They can't take away my TikTok. They can't take away my Facebook.
YouTube.
They can't take away. And this is where we are on the right side of history, my friend. You hear me? We are on top of the world. How long you think they're going to hide? Look how long they've been doing all these things. From since 1999, they run away with the GPC. You hear me? 99 to now, what, 23 years? It's coming out. People beginning to see who they are and what they did. You understand? And people are waking up, my friend.
Yeah, a lot of people waking up.
So
but
just
at
like
the
you,
same time,
just like you, my friend, thank you. There are many people who are waking up slowly. Right? And just like how I doing this, you're waking up people. And John is waking up people. Iris is waking up people. Darius, Doreen, Irene, and Selena waking up people. So don't worry. Slowly we're going to get there. And you would be surprised that they would go down on their knees to say, is what y'all want, we're going to get it. ExxonMobil will go down on their knees and beg we and say, hey, all right, we're going to start y'all out. We're going to start y'all out.
is when you run the ship. Yeah, what you say?
Huh?
But me not, the only time exam going there is when you run this ship.
Well-
I ain't got nothing more to tell.
Well-
The only time exam going there is when you run this ship.
Thank
I
you.
got nothing more to tell with that. And I'm telling you, run this ship.
God bless.
Yeah, man?
God
We
bless.
got you.
God bless.
Thank you.
God bless. God bless. God bless. Well, if we got to run the ship, we got to run the ship. Huh? If the ship got to be, if you need a captain for the ship, a proper captain, we got to do it. We got to do it. My London caller was calling me, and like he gone back to sleep.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, my London friend. I know you're listening to the program, so I told the audience that a friend called me from London and said he's going to bed. But go ahead, you want to make a contribution? You're live on the air.
I woke up specially to be a part of the show. I missed the first part, but
Thank you.
I've looked at many of the records. My feeling, it's a complex issue as to why people have not gotten out on the street yet and started to protest. It partly has to do with the lack of unity. It may even have a little bit of racism. It has a little bit of
You're right.
yes, a little bit of black people and the Indian people, and if I do anything, the colleagues can benefit, and if I do anything, the black people can benefit.
I agree. I agree with you. Unless, and this is something I've been preaching all along. I've been trying to tell my reporters, tell my staff, unless we move away from this race-based issue, right? When we start looking at who black, who brown, who purple, and who green, we are not going to get anywhere. When we start looking on race, when we start looking at religion, no. When we start looking at party, we are not going to get anywhere unless we hug this thing as a body, as a single body, as Guyanese to fight this fight. We will not get anywhere. So thank you. That's a very important point you raised there. I've been trying my best every time to let people understand that let's not talk about PNC and PPP and AFC. Let's talk Guyana. Let's talk as a Guyanese. Because anywhere you twist it, anyhow you turn it, all of us are Guyanese. And every drop of oil belongs to every one of us. And in my heart, body and soul, is that every single Guyanese should and must benefit every drop of it. And we should not allow race or politics or religion to kick in here. No. Unless we get this mantra in people's head on a daily basis, hey, we would have a problem. But slowly we can get there, brother. Slowly.
I know that very well, and I also got a funny feeling you will be at the head of it. And all of us, thank you very much for educating us.
God willing. God
That
willing.
means we will not have known the amount of things that we know now. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. God willing. God willing.
And your team as well. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good morning. Have a good morning. Morning. Good.
It's past our one time.
All right. We had a gentleman keep calling me all the time. Can I just call him back? We'll take one more call and just send people to bed. Let people go to bed and call it a night. No, it's good. It's good to interact now and again with some of these people. As a matter of fact, I feel good. You know, Josh. Yeah, you feel good after all this. All this. It's just that you guys holding me back from a glass of wine. I go in and have a glass of wine. Wait, I should go to the Marriott and have a glass of wine. Bernard? Yes, good evening, sir. You're the last caller. Slow your radio, please.
You got to lower the volume of your radio caller.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, you're live and you're the last caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we're listening to you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi. Namaste.
Namaste.
I was listening to the president at the main street where there was for the Christmas holiday.
Yes?
And he made a beautiful statement. He gave a wonderful speech. I think if you put all the prophets together in the world, they can't maybe match it. About humanity, about love, about oneness, about helpfulness, kindness. And the point he was making that the life he is living, and the Prime Minister, to be specific, he wishes all Guyanese can have the same life because of this one Guyana. I am saying that if he is serious, the only way Guyanese can enjoy that life he's talking about, if he do the right thing. If he do the right thing in the sense that with our resources, especially with our oil, if we can get our right share out of our resources, every Guyanese can live like the way the president is living and the prime minister and the other ministers in government. Right? And if he don't want to change any contract or do the right thing or resources, I don't have a problem, I am saying that he must come down to reach the level of the Guyanese people.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
the
hear you.
president and the prime minister and all ministers in government, they can come down to our level. Meaning that if a civil servant is working for $5,000 a day, they can take $5,000 a day too, And I see he did a good act, repair that lady house. Each one of them can go and live in a similar house. They can live the same life like an ordinary guy. Simple, and they can leave all the contract and resources to farmers, let it do what they want. I don't have a problem.
Sir,
right?
I watch his actions, and when he went to, when he was helping build the woman's house, and I could tell you he genuinely meant what he did there. He's a guy with a different heart than Jack Dale. But what Guyana needs to know, and this is what I want to tell you, John, and Guyana, that man is not in control. All right? The man who's in control and who pulling the strings is Barra Jack Dale. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but
and I keep saying this thing, and let me repeat this thing, so you get an understanding of what's playing out in this country.
Yes.
I have been sitting at the helm of the Kaieteur News for 28 years. Let me say this loud and clear so you understand what I'm saying. If I am to take any one of my staff downstairs there and put them to sit in my chair, you hear me? And I step out, they cannot manage this entity without Lall. You hear me?
I know.
Now, So if let's say I put Gregory there, Gregory will still need me because I am the one who taught Gregory. And I am the one to still teach Gregory because it's an institution you cannot learn in a day, in a year, or 5 years. It takes years to really become a good leader. So President Ali only sitting down there like a youngster, and he's being tutored by Bara Jagdeo. And that was designed by Bara Jagdeo. Why you think Bara Jagdeo didn't put men like Anil Nandalal or Frank Anthony, senior members? He couldn't control them. He couldn't tell them anything because them know how to manage a country.
I know.
You understand?
But
So
I want to tell
so
you
you got to understand. You got to understand the game that is playing.
I know. But
And what the game Jagdev is playing. It's not Irfan Ali.
I want to tell you this. That in 1999, when Janet Jagan wasn't feeling well or whatever, and she resigned, and Bara Jagdev took over, right?
Yeah.
There was things happening in Guyana. Even the PPP accepted that. Corruption was high and everything else. And you know what was the saying? That he wasn't elected. He was selected as president. And when he became president, elected by the people in 2001, that would have changed. Did it change? We all know the power of an executive president. When you are executive president, you have power even more than God on earth. You know? And if I am the executive president, my father can only have control of me when I'm a young man, a teenager. But when I become an adult and can think for myself, my father can't control me because I'm an executive president. You have power.
No. You got power, yes. But the party have to decide you fit.
Yes.
And Jagdev in charge of the party too.
Yes.
You see how the man slip? You see how this man fit himself in every sector?
Yeah. So you remind me of this. It's good that when Jagdev turned the president in 2001 and when things went worse, you know what was he saying then? Yes, he was the executive president, but the PPP has an 8 or 9 man who controls the system.
Yes, but the second term, when he was selected and went back, then the true colors of Bara Jagdev came out. The first thing he told Janet Jagan, "You're a private citizen, shut up," because he know he's up on the last lap. Nobody can't tell him anything. You understand? So maybe you gotta wait on another term if an Ali go back there to become a Bara Jagdev what he was in the second term.
Well, every human being in this world have a choice. You have a choice that if I know something is wrong and somebody is forcing me to do something that is wrong, you have a choice. You either do it to satisfy them or you don't do it, resign and be a good human being. Clear your conscience, because to thyself you must be true. If you don't want to be truthful to nobody else, you must be true to yourself.
I hear you, my friend. Would you like to close the program for me tonight?
Right, because you have to understand when you are hurting a nation, if you hurt somebody, your wife or your children, it's a human being too. But when you hurt one nation, it's not an easy thing. Right?
I hear you.
And you can't see one whole nation go on because you want to be in power or you want to suit and die. You know? You have a choice.
I hear you, my brother.
God wouldn't take that as an excuse, you know. I might forgive you, but in the laws of the Almighty and the laws of nature, they wouldn't forgive you for that.
I hear you, my brother. I hear you.
Anyway,
I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave.
Continue to work.
Thank you.
For enlightening the nation and entertaining the nation too.
Thank you. I'm going to entertain you guys with the song again. I love it. Let's dance together. Let's love together and let's share together.
Right.
All right. Good evening.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Time for
Yeah.
giving and time for sharing.
Yeah. Bye.
You take care.
Good night. Good night. God bless. Bye. Play that. Give them back that.
Hold on one another. I love we love up each other. Let's dance together. I love we love one another.